Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Tarps Off. I'm doing the review of the February 15th NHL Games. So we're going to start off with the Penguins and the Blackhawks. I believe it's 14 games on the docket tonight. So a bit of a long one today. The first period, at 15 seconds, Sidney Crosby scores from Marcus Pettersson and Rickard Rakell. Riley Smith would score at 12:40 from Drew O'Connor to put the Penguins up by 2. Second period at 8:22, Kurashev scores from Bedard and Foligno. Bedard making his return to the lineup after getting a broken jaw. So 2-1 Penguins going to the third period. At 5:21, Crosby scores from Rakell and Pettersson, Marcus Pettersson. And then at 19:10, Brian Rust scores from Chris Letang into the empty net. Penguins take it 4-1. Edmonton and St. Louis. This one made me extremely happy. Maybe not extremely, just happy in general. First period, at 10:13, Robert Thomas scores from Nick Leddy and Pavel Buchnevich. 13:51, Draisaitl scores from McDavid and Bouchard on the power play. 19:33, the first Nugent Hopkins scores from Hyman and McDavid. Second period, Neighbors scores at 1:09 from Shannon Krug. Troy Krug will score from Neighbors and Kessel at 8:37. 15:32, the second, Kyrou scores from Neighbors and Thomas on the power play. Then in 19:35, Buchnevich scores from Thomas and Kyrou also on the power play. Third period, Corey Perry scores his first as a Oiler at 11:14 from Kulak and McDavid. And then Brendan Saad on another one for the Blues at 17:07, unassisted into the empty net. The Blues take it 6-3. Alright, Stars and Predators. This one went off the rails really quick for Nashville. First period, Sam Steele scores unassisted at 35 seconds. Duchesne would have another one for the Stars at 4:27 from Marchment. Craig Smith would score at 12:31 from Sam Steele. And then Wyatt Johnson would score at 15:53 from Ty Dellandrea and Thomas Harley. It's 4-0 Stars going into the second period. 4:40 the second, Heiskanen scores from Johnson and Dellandrea. Cole Smith would score at 9:50 to put the Predators on the board from McCarron and Carrier. At 10:51, Sagan scores from Johnson and Marchment on the power play. Tommy Novak with another one for the Predators shortly thereafter at 11:21 from Gustav Nyquist. Duchesne would score for the Stars at 19:47 from Sagan and Suter. And with that, we move on to the third period. Third period, Dellandrea scores at 3:50 from Jason Robertson and Ryan Suter. And then Wyatt Johnson would finish off the scoring at 8 minutes and 50 seconds from Tyler Seguin on the power play. And that's how the game would end 9-2 for the Dallas Stars. So they poured it on. It's the Preds. Moving on to the Ducks and the Senators. So I believe the Sens are coming off a big win over Toronto. Maybe, I don't know, whatever. There might be another game in between there, but I've forgotten. Anyways, first period at 9:19, Mintyukov scores from Troy Terry and Leo Carlson for the Ducks up by 1. Second period, Vetrano scores at 17:25 from Fowler and Strom on the power play. McTavish had another one at 18:59 from Silverberg and Vetrano. Third period, McTavish would score from Troy Terry and Cam Fowler at 2:18. 4:43 of the third, Claude Giroux puts the Senators on the board unassisted. Then in 19:23, Cam Fowler scores from Strom and Vetrano on the power play. The Ducks take it 5-1. Alright, Habs and Rangers. Move on to the East Coast here. First period at 14:29, Jake Evans scores from Josh Anderson and Tanner Pearson, former Canuck. Second period, Kreider would score from Zibanejad and Trouba at 11:09. 12:27 of the second, Cooley would score from Lindgren and Fox. Zibanejad would pot one at 14:43 from Fox and Panarin shorthanded. Then Kreider would score from Panarin and Fox at 15:19 on the power play. Slafkovsky would add one, or put the Habs on the board. Nope, add another one for the Habs at 16:30 from Cole Caulfield. Third period at 4:23, Trocheck would score from Panarin and Schneider. Caulfield would score on his own at 6:53 from Matheson and Suzuki on the power play. 7:59 of the third, Kreider scores from Zibanejad and VC, former Canuck. Kapokaka would score at 9:56 from Adam Fox and Mulcooley. And then Caulfield would score his second of the game at 11:27 from Salkovsky and Cooley. That wouldn't be enough though. The Rangers take it 7-4. All right, Panthers and Sabres. Season not going well for Buffalo still. First period, Carter Verhaeghe scores at 9:26 from Alexander Barkov. Second period, from Anton Lundell scores at 17:16 from Kachuk and Forsling. Third period at 18:27, Verhaeghe scores from Reinhardt and Barkov into the empty net. And then 19:48, Lomberg scores from Forsling and Lundell on the power play. Panthers take it 4-0. Moving on to the Kraken and the Bruins. This one helped with the Canucks a little bit. First period, David Pastrnak opens up the scoring from Zaka and McAvoy at 4:54. 9:11 of the first, Edberle scores from Bjorkstrand and Beniers on the power play. Second period is 17:35, Eli Tolvanen scores from Matty Beniers. Third period at 8:36, Beniers scores one from Alex Wimbert to cap up a 3-point night. And then at 19:41 of the third, Jared McCann, former Canucks, scores unassisted into the empty net. I think McCann will make a good captain for the Kraken, so we'll see if that happens. That's that one. Seattle takes it 4-1 over Boston. All right, Flyers and Maple Leafs. So in the first period, Travis Sanheim scores at 7:42 from Scott Laughton and Travis Konecny shorthanded. Second period at 11:06, Matthews scores from Marner. 14:20, Matthews scores from Marner and Nylander on the power play. 18:55, Matthews completes the hat trick from Timothy Liljegren. Third period of 14-14, Garnet Hathaway scores from Noah Cates and Nick Seeler. 15-15, Travis Konecny scores from Tippett and Farabee on the power play. Tied up, and then in overtime, 54 seconds in, Nylander scores from Liljegren and Marner. Toronto takes it 4-3 in overtime. Alright, Los Angeles, New Jersey. So first period between the two, no scoring. Second period, Kopitar opens up the scoring at 8:07 from Adrian Kempe shorthanded. 12:58, Toffoli scores. He's a former Canuck from Jesper Bratt and Jack Hughes on the power play. And then the third period, Quentin Byfield scores at 14:23 from Brent Clark and Pierre-Luc Dubois on the power play. The Kings take that one 2-1. Right, Avs and Lightning. So in the first period, at 15:08, Bowen Byram scores from Mikko Rantanen and Nathan McKinnon. Braden Point scores unassisted at 17:18. 18:25 of the first, Kucherov scores from Brandon Hagel. Second period, Byram scores again from Colton and Lehkonen at 15:03. Third period, Lehkonen scores from McKinnon and Drouin on the power play at 3:40. 4 minutes, Stamkos to score from Kucherov and Hedman. At 8:13, Kucherov scores from Point and Stamkos. 19:28, Strelly scores from Hagel and Chernak on the empty net. Then 19:34, Perber scores from Lilleberg and Yusimot also into the empty net. The Lightning take it 6-3 over them. The Sharks and the Flames. This one was kind of embarrassing for the Flames. First period at 4:19, Kadri scores from Papazil. Second period, Granlund scores from Philip Zadina at 4:52. 7:50 the second, Bailey scores from Zadina. 12:30, Luke Cunningham scores from Eklund and Kyle Burrows, former Canuck on the power play. In 1940, Michael Backlund scores for Chris Tanev, former Canuck, and Noah Hannafin. Third period at 4:38, Zadina scores from Stern and Bailey. 5:15, Zadina scores again from Bailey and Vlasic. Luke Cunningham will score, I believe, for the second time. At 15:30 unassisted. And then at 16:40, Andrei Kuzmenko, former Canuck, would score from Chris Tanev, former Canuck, and Jonathan Huberdeau. The Sharks take that one 6-3. So hopefully that's not a sign of things to come for the Flames, but we'll see what happens. Then the last game of the night, the one that I was attending in person, Vancouver versus Detroit. First game back in Vancouver after like 19 days, something like that. First period, at 7:37, J.T. Miller scores unassisted. Beautiful goal. 9:31 the first, Elias Lindholm scores from Elias Pettersson. Second period, at 12:51, Nikita Zurov scores his first as a Canuck from Pettersson and Hoglander. 14:25, J.T. Compher would answer for the Cape Red Wings from Patrick Kane and Christian Fischer. And in the third period, 12:49, Lindholm will score his second of the game from Pettersson. Pettersson caps off a 3-point night, rather. And Vancouver takes it 4-1. Being the first team in the National Hockey League to reach 80 points. Demko, I believe, the first goalie in the league to reach 30 wins. I know he was fastest in Canucks history, but anyways. Yeah, and Vancouver is still first overall in the league. So, happy days. So that's it for tonight. So, hit like if you liked it, subscribe if you liked it. I'll see you guys next time. Adios.